Hey, how's it going? Daniel here. Today, there's something I want to tell you because I was speaking to a coach before and he was saying, oh, yes, I'm a coach. I'm not earning full income yet. Actually, I haven't quite replaced my old income when I was working, but it's normal. I'm in a struggling phase. You know what? Whenever one starts a new business, there's this struggling phase where it's hard and frustrating, but you get by and so on and so forth. It's like, no. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. Let me tell you a story. When I was young, I was playing tennis. Now, I was playing in the 4th division. However, that was really my main sport because my main sport was rugby. But as a hobby, I was playing tennis in the 4th division. And one summer, I had the opportunity to spend an entire week with a few very young and promising youth players. Now, I was a little bit older than them. I was about 16, I believe, and they were probably between 12 and 14. They were much stronger than I was, and the reality is their technique was completely different. Now, we actually played a tournament at the end of this week, and most of them, believe it or not, they were struggling against me. Once again, no doubt they were much stronger than me. I was a rugby player just playing tennis in the 4th division as a hobby, but they were struggling and I was winning some games against them and they just couldn't explain like how come they just can't play against me. And the reality was because I had a different technique that was a little bit hard for them to adopt, to adjust, to play against. So at the end of one match, I went to the coach and I asked him, so you know what, I clearly see that your guys are struggling playing against me with this with this pure technique that they have against very rough 4th division technique that I have. Don't you think, I mean, they're obviously much stronger than I am, but don't you think they should develop a strategy to play against 4th division players? Otherwise, they always struggle. And what the coach answered was very, very, very inspiring. Actually made me open my eye and said, you think that, right? You think that they will always struggle, but the reality is they will never struggle against a 4th division player because they will never play any. They will play youth tournaments until they're old enough to play 3rd division, 2nd division. They will never have such a low rating to play 4th division. And that's what I realized, that people have a certain league that they play in and they kind of get stuck. They kind of get used to it, they get comfortable. And they think that that's needed in order to go to the next league, but that's not true. The reality is, if you think about business, now imagine Richard Branson or Elon Musk, imagine somebody very, very, very good at business. Now, take away from them the network, take away from them their actual business potential in terms of maybe resources they have, money. Just keep their mindset, only their mindset. Take away everything else from them. Do you think they will ever struggle and be frustrated and think, oh, I'm in the struggling phase. Oh, I need to get by. It's normal. Take me 1 or 2 years before I actually make a living. Do you think they'll ever play in that league? You know the answer. They won't. And that's because they're just set on a different league. They're playing a different game. Now my question to you is, why are you playing 4th division game when you could play 3rd division or 2nd division game, no matter where you're at right now? It's just a different way of playing. So I know this may come a little bit of a shocking truth or hard to accept, but the reality is there is no such a thing as struggling, frustrating phase. You will never have to be frustrated if you're creating a successful business. Yes, sometimes with frustration you might accidentally get there, but that's not the main path. The main path is do what is proven to work, have a coach. I didn't have a coach when I was playing tennis. Have the right coach that is teaching you the right technique so that you start playing at the higher league, because that's where you want to be. So if you're not doing that right now, stop doing whatever you're doing. get the right coach, and start playing at a higher level, the level you belong to.